Welcome back to the Fanspeak Network and happy Friday. Friday means another episode of Friends of Best Ball, and I am joined by my friend Felix Castro, and we are going to talk best ball and do a BBM5 draft together in just 1 minute. That's right. Happy Friday. Happy Friends of Best Ball Day. I am so excited to be joined by Felix Castro. You can follow him on Twitter at, Felix, what is the at?
The Crying Buffalo.
Crying Buffalo, at Crying Buffalo on Twitter. This guy is a must follow in the best ball industry because he's a Millie Maker winner. So he won the DraftKings Millie Maker a couple years ago. He has tons of best ball experience, tons of great best ball insight. He's got his own channel, as you can see behind him, and on his headband, Best Ball Nation. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not subscribed. Felix, I'm super pumped to talk through just best ball and draft with you today. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. You said a couple years ago, I had some guy DM me actually the other day saying, that long time ago when you won that championship. I was like, it wasn't that long ago.
Right. No, was it just 2 seasons ago?
Yeah, 21-22 season. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
This will be the third season away, but yeah, it doesn't feel that long
ago. Come on. Yeah. No, not that long ago. Felix took down the Millie Maker, and he took down the Millie Maker with a last-minute run by Mr. Najee Harris. Yes. And since then, Felix has had an extreme loyalty and a high exposure to Najee Harris. Most people in the industry joke around, give you a good hard time, but it's all in good fun. But I love your major stands. And by the way, if any man helps win me 7 figures, I'm going to be super loyal and be having like 80% exposure for probably the rest of his career as well. So tell the people really quick about your Millie Maker sweat and then your loyalty to Najee Harris.
So I'll give a quick spiel. I missed the entire rise of my winnings, and I didn't get to watch any of the games because I was at the airport, like on the tarmac. So there was like no internet on the tarmac. So when I got home, I was in 11th place. I had 0 Green Bay Packers Vikings in that Sunday night game. The next day was the Browns Steelers game. Najee was going crazy the first 2 quarters. Then they just stopped giving him the ball for the last the third quarter, and even like half of the fourth quarter. I just kind of assumed that I was going to be at second place, which I was perfectly fine with $250,000, right?
All right.
And they could have ran out the clock with a few kneels, but they decided to run the ball. Najee breaks through the hole and scores the 37-yard touchdown where
it brings you into the Millie Maker prize.
Yeah, hits the 100-yard bonus, hits the touchdown.
Oh man!
I ended up winning by 8 points. It was like,
that's
wild.
Crazy. That's crazy. That's just the best sweat ever. And then since then, your exposure and loyalty to Najee has been very, well documented. And again, you have no shame about like you're going hard on Najee Harris exposure.
And he's only getting I can't help myself.
I was gonna say, think of how much cheaper he is this year compared to last year.
I think the reason he was going in the first round the year after I won it was strictly because of me drafting him at the 101. So I think that was completely my fault.
Well, I love you make major stands. The year you won, you were very, very had tons of exposure to Cooper Kupp and Jamar Chase that year, his rookie year. So, you made major stands, and I know the best ball landscape changes each year. So we can talk about that in a minute. And then of course we are going to get into a BBM5 draft together, but, are you still making those major stands? I mean, one thing I got killed on I still had a good advance rate last year, but I got crushed on the Nick Chubb and Mike Williams exposure that I had. So I am going to be a little more careful in the first 4 rounds about like really heavy exposure. And I mean, I'm thrilled that my advance rate was still good last year, but I just think like, what could it have been if that was a little flatter to those guys? Cause they crushed some really good lineups. But anyways, so I guess I'm going to try to be careful, especially in the first 5 rounds, and then scale up my ownership as the draft goes on. Have you done anything different with your ownership exposures outside of Najee Harris?
Outside of Najee, I will say it's a little bit more diverse in the first couple rounds. there are definitely guys I like in the first couple rounds that I do take if they are there.
Right.
But for the most part, a little bit flatter. I am still, the way I approach this is it's a DFS slate. It's a long time to get your DFS slate together.
Yeah.
But I do like to think of it as a DFS slate, and I like to have a core, which is what I do in DFS. I was like, I get my core, and I just build all around it. I just like intertwine pieces here and there.
Sure.
So in my core in this year, I'm strictly attacking Trevor Lawrence and the Jags with Najee, and a bring back of the Titans, because I already like the Titans, and then
the Titans are so cheap. Yeah.
Right. And then the Giants as my back stack. But other than that, like I try to interchange the pieces.
Okay, so your biggest stack is the Jaguars. Yeah. You obviously love Najee. What other teams are you stacking outside of maybe the Titans, Giants late? Any other teams you're mixing
if I get Chase, I am trying to get Higgins as well. In that little stack. And I'll get like all the people from that team as many as I can. So you're in
the Bengals stacks then?
Yeah. Because I think I don't think the offense is going to change too much without that offense coordinator there. But
who's over in Tennessee now?
Yeah,
which is why I'm so obsessed with Tennessee.
Same. I listened to the coordinator show.
Thank you.
I agree with y'all's takes on a lot of it. I'm a little off of the Saints still, just because they had like such an easy schedule last year, and they didn't come through. I just don't trust Derek Carr to clear Olave. I'll take pieces of Shaheed, but that's about
I like Shaheed a lot. Yeah. I'm not taking a ton of Saints, but I like Shaheed. I liked Juwan Johnson. I do think it sounds like he'll be back for the season, but who knows?
I don't know. I'm off that. I'm after injuries last year. I'm just like, I don't know.
I know. Like
that has scared me this year. I'm taking zero injury risks this year.
I know, because Cooper Kupp was another one. I was like, he'll be fine.
That was so fine. Like, that happened so late into the preseason, and it's like,
yeah. But then there was like some hopeful reports, and I just kept being like bullish, like he'll be fine, and I'm going right back to the well on Cooper Kupp this year. By the way, who was another big winning piece of your Millie Maker winning lineup?
I seem to just like my guys. It doesn't really change the
game. Again, if any guy gets Chase Kupp, exactly. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Any guy that helps me win 7 figures, I guarantee I will be loyal to them for life. So
I'm off Zach Wilson. That's
right. Because so you kind of, we've had a conversation in past shows about like how I like the 3 quarterback builds, and you talked about, and I know you have more picks in DraftKings because this obviously you play a ton on both DraftKings and Underdog, but this was on DraftKings 20 rounds, 20 picks, and you had got Zach Wilson as your 3rd quarterback, and he helped, like, was it catapult you into playoffs or through playoffs 1 week?
So all 3 of the playoffs, I had a different quarterback start like in each round.
Right, that's my point.
Zach Wilson had a 70-yard rushing touchdown in one of them, and he got like 17 points, which was like good enough to help me get to the next one.
Right,
and all of these I barely outscored the other 11 people in those tournaments, so it just happened to work out. I had Jared Goff in the other week.
Okay,
it was like the start of the ASB breakout, and it was like correlated with him. And it's just like he hadn't really done anything all year. My team relied heavily on Tom Brady, and I actually looked at I actually took screenshots the day of my birthday that year, and like I took screenshots of like everybody who was in it and like how big of a lead I had 8 weeks into the season, and I was blowing people out by like 300 points already.
Yeah,
so I was outscoring everybody, and I didn't really. It was a very heavily impacted by having the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So having like the best offense on your team can
and that's why I talked about it. You probably saw I promoted my article that top 10 stacks I'm trying to focus on right now, because again, if you made that right decision on the stacks last year, on obviously there's expensive ones like San Francisco, but like taking advantage of like Dallas or Miami last year in the mid rounds, and Packers, and which I know you were on the Packers last year, and Packers and Houston late. If you hit the right kind of just focus on the right teams in the right areas, and that goes for early, expensive, mid-priced and cheap, then you're going to probably be pretty happy at the end of the season. So so you kind of named some of your teams. Obviously, it's Tennessee, it's Jacksonville number 1, and then Tennessee Giants cheap, and then some Bengals and of course and Bengals and Najee. Okay, I like it. Yeah, and go check out our articles. I just tweeted today. Like I sometimes forget to tweet our articles, but all our articles are free on Fanspeak. If you don't like ads, we do have an Ultimate GM subscription, no ads, and then we are putting some things soon for best ball behind the Ultimate GM wall. But our articles are free. We're doing 2 to 3, 4 articles a week. Rankings. Steve will update rankings every Tuesday. And then we're going to also have strategy shows in addition to these shows. So now would be a good time to, if you're in here, be sure, yes, check out the articles as I have this going across the stream on Fanspeak, all free. And then be sure to like this episode, subscribe to the Fanspeak Network if you are not already. Okay, a couple more questions, Felix, and then we will jump into a draft. So any major landscape changes that you're seeing that you're trying to like adjust to this year in the 2024 best ball streets?
So everybody's kind of on the same page with this, but because there's like this huge running back tier in the like 60 to 100 range. And it's like, that's why I'm taking my Najee in the 7th round. He fits perfectly right in that range. And I'm kind of going 0 RB for the most part, unless I get a 6 to 9 pick typically where I get Bijan or Brees or sometimes Gibbs. Well, an underdog. I probably won't get as many Gibbs, but it'll be site dependent, I guess.
Sure. Yeah. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. Early in draft season, I'm fine leaning into like a hero RB. Every now and then I've done double anchor. But I agree. I love the running backs in those areas just because, and I know I've talked about this, Peter Overzet did a video on his channel talking about like kind of different draft strategies each month. And so in August, I'm really going to hammer 0 RB when I have the information on those like RB2s. Because we're still kind of guessing on those RB2s. And that's what makes me
nervous. Touching Tyrone Tracy. Everybody's touching that guy. I'm like, we don't even know if he's going to like.
We don't know, but we'll know. We'll know in August, maybe,
Yeah. I guess I'm a Singletary slappy as well. I mean,
he was on your team too?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Then of course you are. I totally get it.
I really can't help myself.
Believe me, Felix, I totally, absolutely get it.
They all need to retire so I can have a fresh new team.
Hey, I mean, again, the guys you're on this year are some of the same guys I'm on, so I like it. So we're arm in arm here, which will hopefully help for our draft that we're about to do. But yeah, no, I'll probably lean heavier in 0 RB. But speaking of that and the RBs and the question marks, Steve just wrote an article. Speaking of our new articles on site, he just wrote an article about the uncertain RB situations, and he covered the AFC. He'll cover the NFC next week. But like, how are you handling these? Our uncertain RB situations, and how he's handling each one, because there's a bunch of questionable ones in the AFC, and there will be in the NFC too, and we'll cover both. So, but yeah, hopefully that becomes a little clearer, and we can then try to scoop up. Well, there's probably not going to be another Kyron Williams, but something like that in the August, in the August streets when we have some more information. Just want to say hi to a couple
Steve
people.
Big on Jaleel? No, that's
that's Spread.
Spread's big on Jaleel. I'm like, I don't know, man. I like Estime as the
guy Steve there. Said that in his article.
And Blake Watson. I don't know.
I think he said he's fading. Steve said he's fading Javonte, taking some Jaleel. And once he gets more information, would maybe take some Estime because he could see if the news is right, him being that like goal line back because he's just like a big plotter. Which I don't. I mean, Steve knows more of the obviously college profiles of them, obviously. So that's something he might be one that I'll consider more in August. But no, Spread loves Jaleel McLaughlin. I wanted to say hi to the guys in chat. I believe this is Frank. King of Kings. He usually jumps into.
He just did a video with Pat last night. I didn't get to watch it.
I just watched most of it.
I was watching Bridgerton with my wife last night. But like we got
you're a good husband. You're a good husband.
I like that show a little bit. A little bit.
We'll do show reviews on here too. Well, Frank, thank you for joining us. Fantasy Football Garage. Check out his channel. So what's up? Last couple questions. I ask everybody this. So Felix, you kind of answered one. You're leaning in the 0 RB strategy is fitting you more. Are you doing more? A lot of people are talking about the elite tight ends. Are you doing more of that? Are you still mixing in both? Like, how are you handling that?
I wasn't intentionally doing elite tight end, but I found out that looking at my exposures at draft. Well, I've done a lot more DraftKings drafts this year so far than I have Underdog. I'm going to wait till the end and try to get any kind of easier lobby that I can there. But I've been going a lot of elite tight end unintentionally, but if I do get Herbert, I am smashing Hayden Hurst every time, and it depends, I guess, on the quarterback because I always get Trevor Lawrence, but I never get Ingram because he does go around where Najee goes. But I do like Jatavian Sanders, so
we're armed
yeah.
lockstep there. I love it.
So I am going, like, it depends on my quarterback situation, but if Trey McBride's there, I just think he's a smash as like the fourth tight end that's going off the board. Yeah. And then if I get the turn pick and I have the ability to get Andrews and Lamar, so it kind of depends where I am at in the board.
I haven't been able to do that in a couple of slow drafts. He's getting steamed up, but
Dalton Kincaid's a good pick. Like
especially when you can get Allen and then Kincaid. Yeah,
there's like a good 5 or 6. I'm out on Kittle, but I understand the appeal.
I take a lot of 49ers stacks. If I'm able to get CMC, I'll take Kittle.
Okay. Well, I haven't had too many 101s. I don't know if you've seen my rants on.
I did see that.
I've had some pretty bad luck with the 101.
Maybe we'll get it. Maybe we'll get a 101 here, and we can build out a little 49ers stack for you, mix in some Najee. Sprinkle in our faves. Okay, so I had to add. So I'm doing more elite tight end than I did last year because I was, and which is so funny because I was 50% plus Sam Laporta. He was a hero for me. And then now I'm basically fading Sam Laporta because I'm like, that price is astronomical. Like it's just because the guys going behind him, you mentioned it, Mark Andrews, Kincaid, even Pitts a little later. I mean,
Pitts,
fine waiting.
Well, the thing is that last year they were free. This year they're not so free. And I'm not completely out on Senate. I'm sorry, as a Commanders fan, I feel you have.
I've been out on Senate.
Yeah,
I've been out on Senate since the beginning.
I've listened, but
I never understood the steam
either. Ertz is there, and then Cole Turner would be mixing in with Senate regardless. I think even if they did go that route.
There was actually a video on the Washington it's Washington Twitter about his pick and because I think they're going to be part of that draft documentary show. Anyways, long story short, the owner was like, should we still do this even with Zach Ertz? And he wasn't trying to be. We're not having Dan Snyder issues, so Washington fans don't worry. But and they were like, oh no, he's so versatile. It was more like this guy's got a ton of upside for the future, and in the meantime, he's super versatile. I mean, I think this year, could he have some spike week games? Sure, but I wouldn't count on it being. It was unreal the price that he was going at.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I haven't touched. I don't think I've taken one share of him, and even now his price is falling. People are caught on it. That was ridiculous. So, anyways, I always ask everybody before we start our draft, who is your sleeper this year? Who's your 17th, 18th round, late round sleeper that you're taking a lot? Mine's Jatavian Sanders.
I'll say big Hayden Hurst, Jatavian Sanders, Jalen Hyatt. Those 3 are my main targets late in the draft.
Do you take Slayton too? I've been taking some.
I haven't taken any Slayton. I just
really. You're just Hyatt more than Slayton.
I'm Hyatt over Slayton.
Okay, all right.
He seems to vibe well with every time Malik Neighbors does a big catch. If you look a second later, Hyatt's there to hype him up. So I'm like, there might be a friendly, let's do this together kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. You got the inside track on the videos. I like it. Okay. And then, I was trying to think if I asked, I'm trying to think of the questions I always ask, but we pretty much covered it. Obviously your favorite strategies this year and then your favorite sleeper and your favorite stack. So we pretty much covered it all. Are you ready to get in the draft, Felix?
Yeah.
Okay, let's bring it over. And if anybody wants to join us, I see, Frank in the chat usually joins us. Hopefully this works. I know the guys yesterday had tech difficulties. I was having my slows were having issues too. So
there was an update this morning. So
there was? Okay.
On my phone, at least there was. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if you want to get in with us, I'm jumping in 3, 2, 1. And we are in. Let's see how many. We're waiting for 3. So if you want to jump in with us, jump in with us. And Felix and I are going to be drafting together. I told him that I will happily split $1.5 million. No, it sounds like Neil Warfield does a ton of. He's streaming all.
Yeah. I see he's streaming with everybody too.
He's awesome. And
I hope he's labeling those.
Yeah. I was on with him. I did 2 drafts with him, and so he said my policy is just. If you want money, if we make the playoffs and you want money, you have to Venmo me for quarterfinals, semifinals. But if we make finals, I'm paying out the finals. So I think that's a fair deal. I think that's a perfect deal. If you really want to, whatever. But
I just say hire me for the half. Just hire me for the half, so I don't have to worry about paying the taxes on it on the big part.
Hey, I love it. I love it. We'll work something out. I'll make sure it's fair. But I have confidence here, Felix. So maybe we'll get the 101. Maybe you can finally get some 101 magic here. We're waiting on one.
I haven't had a single 101 on Underdog yet, but I've only done 20 drafts. So
okay, gotcha. Well, I've only done, this is my 22nd or 23rd BBM, but I'm trying to do as many. Okay, we got the 8th, so bad news. We did not get. But let's see. It looks like we do have some names.
Hit him with the gritty. He was in.
Hit him with the gritty. Yeah. Okay.
My guy. Okay, so I know that he will take my Najee from me, so we will have to.
We're gonna have to get it earlier.
We're gonna have to get it earlier than later.
Does he have like really high exposure Najee too?
Yes, he has like 60 or 50. I can't remember. I haven't seen
this. This is why we pay attention on the streets, in the Twitter streets. But we do have Frank King of Kings at 2. Noel Fan was in with Steve and I yesterday. So good to see both of you guys in there. Hit him with the gritty, as you just mentioned. I don't know that he's in chat, but he is in the draft, and I don't recognize the other names. So yeah, we are in the 8th spot. What do you typically like to do at 8?
I think I would probably get. I like Garrett Wilson. I'm still high on this.
Obsessed with Garrett Wilson.
So I would reach for Garrett Wilson and try to hope that something weird falls back around. If not, Drake London. That's like kind of my. That's how I always see it.
Breece Hall? Or do you have a big stand on like an anchor RB with Breece Hall in that area? Or
that's fine too. Yeah.
No, I was just wondering, have you done any of that?
I honestly, I don't know why I have such a positive feeling towards Garrett Wilson, but like I just feel like he's like bound for a huge breakout, and I feel
he's insane with crap.
There's nothing wrong with. I wish it was flipped around. I wish I could get Breece later. I wish he was ranked in the ADP later, if that makes any sense. Well, we might get something weird here.
Oh, yeah. AJ Brown hit him with the gritty.
Chase
he keeps it interesting. Okay, Chase goes. Okay, yeah. So it went McCaffrey, Lamb, Hill,
we're
Jefferson,
getting Breece
AJ
or
Brown.
ASB.
Wait, we could get Bijan.
I meant Bijan.
I was going to say, if Bijan falls, that's an auto click for me.
Yes.
Oh, my God, he did. You want to get Bijan?
Yes.
Let's go. I love it. Oh, that's amazing.
I have about 26% Bijan right now.
Oh, I'm so high on Breece. I mean, listen, I love getting McCaffrey, but I really do like both Breece and Bijan, but I like Bijan second, Breece third. And I just think, but I think all three could have an elite season. But I think Bijan, I mean, the talk about the way they're going to use them, this coaching staff came from, from the Rams.
Where they use like Todd Gurley. They use a one-back system.
Exactly.
And I don't like I'll grab Tyler Algier just on the offset. Something happens to Bijan.
Right.
If I don't draft him earlier.
I hope not for our shares.
Please.
Maybe we'll get lucky and Drake London will come back to us, because I have not been able to pull off. I've done
I have the triple.
No.
Without the quarterback.
Oh, you have the triple. Okay.
I have the triple without the quarterback.
Okay, so
which was threw me off. Like, who's drafting Kirk without Bijan?
Yeah, I've got all three of them.
But DraftKings it's a whole other world out there.
Oh, it is another world. It's a wild west. So unfortunately, Puka and Drake London went at the turn. Garrett Wilson went right after us. Then Breece, then Gibbs, and Puka, Drake London. Then Taylor and Barkley, and we are back. And in 17, it's Marvin Harrison, Ayuk, Devontae Adams, Nico Collins, a lot of receivers, which is perfect for us since we started anchor. So who do you like best here?
I've been getting a lot of Adams, but I'm okay with Ayuk or Adams or Nico. One of those.
I like all three too. So I'll let you make the final call here.
Let's see here. Brandon Ayuk has the upside. We should go with Brandon Ayuk just in case he gets traded to the Steelers as the outside there. If not, he's still the outside with San Francisco.
I was gonna say I've made have more Debo than Ayuk, so it's good to mix in some Ayuk. Okay. So that's
I know a lot of people like Debo as well. Like they're all good. Everybody in San Francisco is still good. They're all injury risks, but they're all good.
Yeah, absolutely. No. And hey, if you wanted to get a pretty stack, we have that option. This is spread G4R, so Najee's agent, and Steve's in chat. Love getting Bijan there. Feels like he has the best chance to see. Yeah, I agree. I mean, they're basically saying, we want to use them like CMC, or he's saying they're going to use me like CMC. So Spread, Steve, any other Fanspeak team? We got the Fanspeak shirts in, so I'm excited. You'll be getting yours very shortly. Going to the post office tomorrow. All right, so let me take a look at the board. Okay, so we went Ayuk, then it went Marvin Harrison.
He is 89% Najee Harris.
Who is Gritty? Hit him with the gritty.
Yeah, hit him with the gritty.
Oh my gosh, how early are we going to have to reach for Najee? Right. I mean, I am not doing a stream with you, Felix, without Najee. That would just be totally unacceptable.
I saw him take him in the 6-7 turn on Liam's stream. I don't know how high he'll take him here. So
was he streaming with Liam, or he was just on Liam's stream?
He was on Liam's stream.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so he took Nico, and then it went Debo, Mike Evans, Waddle, as expected. The running, big receiver run since JT and Barkley got taken early in round 2, which I've been seeing Barkley fall a lot lately.
Yeah, actually, touching Barkley as much as I think he's going to be successful. I'm just kind of out overall in that run game, even though not Ken Dorsey, Kellen Moore is a good running back. Like he does split time with his running backs, so it could be some Will Shipley, it could be Kenneth Gainwell. Then it could still be the tush push. There's a lot of I'm kind of just like.
What about when Barkley? Because I've seen him fall even very late second, early third. Do you take him there?
I'd rather still take Kyron.
Okay. Well, Kyron's been falling here. He just went. See what our guys did. So the King of Kings started Lamb, Waddle, Devontae Smith, like that a lot. You got some week 17 correlation with Lamb, Devontae. And then No Fan got Tyreek Hill, Mike Evans, DK Metcalf. So really nice receiver starts for both of them. The one spot did double hero, went McCaffrey, A-Chain.
There's 2 wide receivers that have – there's one wide receiver that has not been drafted that I'm high on.
Cup?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. If he doesn't get taken, we're taking him because we're in lockstep on Cup. So I just think he was playing injured last year. I agree. Yeah. And
Puka has like a high injury rate. Like he was injured quite a bit in college.
Oh, was he? Okay. Yeah. I mean, not that I'm rooting. I mean, I don't want any of these men to get injured, but yes. I mean, this is a good start for us, Felix. This is a good start. We got Bijan, who we wanted, Ayuk, Cooper Kupp. We're liking it. Okay, I'll bring the board back over. Josh Allen went after us. So what round do you think we have to take? I mean, Najee's been moving up because he did start in
it's so wild that he goes at pick 90-ish on DraftKings, but he goes in the 80, early 80s on Underdog. It's a weird thing, but with him in this room, I would say we have to take him in the 6th. Let's see here, probably on the 6th round on the way back. So he would have to take him in the 5th if he didn't want us to beat us in the 6th.
Okay, so you're saying we'd have to take him with pick
65
because
if we want him on this,
because he's not going to be here at 80. Basically.
No, he's going to take him in the 6th or 7th.
That's hysterical. Yeah, spread said is that the guy has 97% Claypool.
Yes.
It is. Yeah, I mean, listen. I mean, Felix is definitely big on big stands, so I'm never going to make fun of somebody for big stands.
I think there's no literal wrong straight. All right, let's focus.
I got so excited. So top of the board is Kelsey, Hurts, Higgins, ETN, Pickens. I like Pickens a lot.
I like Pickens and Trey McBride here, whichever one you like.
I mean, with this start, I'm fine with either.
Did you say Pickens or Higgins?
Higgins. Well, Higgins is there too, actually.
Okay.
And we don't have any week 12. So 6 seconds, your choice. Pickens.
No, your choice. You pick. I can't make fine. These are all good picks.
Okay, I like Higgins. We do have 2 week 9 buys Higgins there. Is fine. Yeah, fine. But I just think in this offense, I mean, I've been taking a lot. I should probably pump the brakes a little, but this draft's going to be, I'm not pumping the brakes on my Bijan, Cooper Kupp, Pickens, and hopefully Najee. So I don't care. But no, I've been taking.
If we take Najee, he'd be at 6 people.
Yeah, I've been taking a lot of Pickens. I just think in that offense, we saw, people poo-poo Arthur Smith as a head coach, but come on, look at him as what he did as an offensive.
And this is the best quarterback he's going to have had.
Exactly. But look what he did for Ryan Tannehill.
But that's what I'm saying. If he did that with Ryan Tannehill and AJ Brown, I can't a lot of people are like, oh, you just wait till you see what he does with Najee and all of them. I'm like, what he did with Derrick Henry, like he's going to do with Najee. It's a completely just throw out the Atlanta
exactly
thing because you can't do anything with the quarterbacks that they had. It's like he's going into his best situation with the quarterbacks that they have. I don't know.
Exactly. No, absolutely. 100% agree with that. And think what he did for AJ Brown. Like, unless there is a big trade, Pickens is the alpha in this offense. His third year. So yeah, and
they're talking about moving him in the slot. If they brought Brandon Ayuk over, like he could work the outside, Pickens on the slot, and I don't know, Scotty Miller, whoever, Calvin Austin, whoever they want to put on the other side.
Yeah. We have the league 2014.
Yeah, that's what I was laughing at earlier.
Okay, he said if he takes Najee, you take Claypool. That's funny. Yeah. Okay, so let's take a look.
So he still got his elite quarterback. That's good.
So, hit him with the gritty guy.
He likes elite quarterbacks as well.
Okay, so and he got Brown too. Okay, so he took Brown there and then got
his elite quarterback.
Okay, so
I wouldn't even be surprised if he took Pat Mahomes on the turnaround.
Really? No, I know he has unique styles, which again I try not. That's the beautiful thing about best ball. You can do a lot of different strategies, a lot of different player takes. And
it only takes one team to get into the playoffs, and his quarterbacks are going to be the best in the room. His wide receivers in this room would be some of the best in the room, and I like the way he dressed. It's not my style or my player picks, but
right. It's not your same players.
I just don't like when people say, "Oh, you have no shot at winning." Everybody has a shot at winning. Nobody knows like the injuries that are going to happen.
Exactly.
And whatnot.
Exactly. That again, that's the beautiful thing about best ball.
If people would have heard who I liked the year I won it, you would have heard my exposures. Everyone would have thought I was crazy. Everyone would have called me dumb, and I would have been a nobody. Like hit him with the gritties, putting his stuff out there early and getting a little note of,
and like I think Peter Overzet wrote about it. It's like, kind of what I'm just saying is, that's the beautiful thing about best ball. You can win in a lot of ways. You can have success in a lot of ways. So, you can't come attacking people at it. So it's funny sometimes to see the big stands. Okay. Did he? Oh no, that's Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes. So he's up now.
I was like, he might have, but I don't think there's any.
Okay. So you said to take Najee at 65. So we'll have to think through. Let's see what hit him with the gritty does, and then we'll think through what we want to do at 56. We started 1, then 3 receiver. He did do double elite. He went Hurts at AR. Okay, so we have Josh Jacobs has fallen here, so that's a decent fall. I do like the receivers here and
Week 17 matchup. Xavier Worthy's there.
Yeah.
I've been drafting a lot of them. It's not like I'm excited about
Xavier Worthy
the most, but yeah.
I like all these guys. Did Marquise Brown? Yeah, he just went. Yeah. Okay, so Pacheco just went. We're waiting for one. So who would you take between? Okay, Jacobs went. So do you want to go 4 receivers in a row, and then we can kind of circle back to running back?
Well, we should be able to get Najee on the turnaround. So we do that. We should give Xavier Worthy for our Week 17 upside.
Like it. I need more Worthy anyways. So.
And I don't have a lot of Worthy, I do have a lot of Worthy. I don't have enough Hollywood Brown, but I am trying to get one piece of the Chiefs.
Absolutely. I have more Hollywood Brown, and I probably need to get more Worthy. So this was good. Okay, so let's queue up Najee. Watch that.
He's so far out there comparison, but
hey,
I know. Hit him with the gritty is not going to let us have it. I know for a fact.
Right, because you said, because we don't come back
because
till
there's no way he's going to let it pass him twice.
I've seen, his ADP is now 85. I've seen him go in the late 70s, like by people that aren't making huge stands that are just drafting him just a few picks.
I don't have 100%, and I'm taking him 2 rounds early on DraftKings. Like people are out there. I don't know if they know that I'm in their tournament. Like they know who I am and know that I'm always taking him in the 7th. But somebody took him in the 6th on DraftKings, and I'm like, what is going on? So either somebody's drafting my ranks.
Yeah, no, I love it. And by the way, check out Best Ball Nation. Felix posts his ranks there. You can sub to his Patreon. Definitely check out Best Ball Nation. Subscribe to Best Ball Nation. How many live drafts do you do a week, Felix?
I do 2 currently. We're going to be probably doing 3 to 4 at the beginning of July.
Okay, nice. That's awesome. Yeah, so definitely make sure you're subscribed to Best Ball Nation. And we got him. Let's go. I love it. I love that we're like, you know what? Where do we have to take Najee to get Najee? And we're like, yep.
And we made a little bit of a bet on the Pittsburgh Steelers. We don't have to touch their quarterback. That's the best thing about best ball. There's no right strategy. You could have two pieces from a team and not have the quarterback.
I love that. I love how, I mean, I tell this, talk about this a lot this season, just watching some episode or some shows with, and I'm sure you have too, with the guy that won. He got sniped multiple times. He had multiple mini stacks, got sniped multiple times on like Goff, and some other guys had like Amon-Ra, Laporta, had all these other combos. Mm-hmm. He got sniped. He had Watson. He took, Love and Reed. Boom. Then he wins $3 million. It's fine. And my point is, it's absolutely fine whether you get sniped or you just want to take other pieces. For me, it's all about just team correlation, stacking up teams that I really like and believe in, or think they're going to outperform. And so, 100%.
I agree with that in general. It's like you just want to build good teams. You don't have to worry about like what other people are doing. If you think you can get a couple pieces here together that go well with this little combination of players, I think everybody can do their own drafts and have a good time. Like
absolutely, that's the beauty. And we start. I like our start because we'd anchor RB, so we go 2-0-2-4-0. We want to probably start thinking through like what stacks we might want to set up. But Bijan, Najee, Brandon Ayuk, Cooper Kupp, George Pickens, Xavier Worthy. So again, even going like Bijan anchor and then grabbing Najee, we still got we still have 4 receivers by round 5, which they say we'll get 4 receivers by round 7. We have 4 by round 5. So we're up again at 80 and 89. As far as stacks, like I'd say Purdy would be the first one to queue up, just because unless we get somebody here at 80 that we could queue up at 89. Like if we get like a Packer and Love, we could do something with that.
If Watson's here with Love,
Watson is here. Any of these other receivers that you'd want to queue up that would set stack? I mean, Brian Thomas, you could set up a stack with your guy, so we could go lean fully into some of your strategies, which would be fun. So I'm not sure if you have any other thoughts on receivers here.
I think Christian Watson would be a more fun play with this team. Or did we get a tight end? I can't remember.
No, we have not gone tight end, but the real elites are gone. We have Ingram and Ferguson.
So I saw Ingram, so I was like, I couldn't remember if we had.
If you want me to, great. I mean, we could also do that and then just set up the whole Jacksonville stack. So it's really up to you.
Well, Brian Thomas is kind of a good pick here. We set like 9 picks past ADP.
Yeah.
What I was
he just went just as I was scrolling to move slot him up, he goes. So we could go, if you want to stick with the Jacksonville theme, we could go
I was thinking
Ingram, or we could go Watson and just either set up a Love stack or a Trevor.
I think we go Watson and
look for Love.
And Watson and Ingram, and then maybe Love comes back.
Okay. I like that. And then we have multiple options. Yeah. Okay. So you want to go Watson here, right?
Watson here. Yes.
Perfect.
And then if Ingram gets it back to us somehow, take Ingram. If not, then we can look at where's Purdy's ADP at? I don't have too many of Purdy.
He is just a little bit. He falls 112.
Sometimes.
Okay. So let me just queue up if we were to get Ingram, just to keep an eye on some of these guys. Yeah. So let's look at the board here. So we took Watson at 80. We're up at 89 and 104. So I don't know that Love would come back to us, but then we have 2 other options if we got Ingram. So it's really.
Can you see where Reed is? Where Reed was drafted?
That's a great call. Reed was taken. Should be somewhere in this range, right?
He's taken at at 11 spot. One at the next 62.
Oh, that was late. I thought he went earlier. Okay,
so Ingram's been taken.
Ingram just went. Okay.
So we might as well just take Love here anyways. But or if he might take him here himself here at 86. But
if he doesn't take him here, do you want to take him at? No, he didn't. He went Jameson.
Okay, so we should get him here.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Because he's the one you have to fear most, obviously. Yeah. I mean, other people, I've done it before where I really want to get a good first solid quarterback and take him in the 8th round and then backstack him.
There's so many options with the Packers. You can't go wrong.
Yes. No, and that's why I love these Packers stacks. Yeah.
Dobbs. There's so many options with the Packers.
Okay. Well, then, go Love here,
yeah,
right?
Just reach a little bit, get Love, and then
Which really not. I mean, we're only like what
Yeah,
5-6 spots ahead of
5, 6.
ADP.
Yeah. It's
I haven't
not a
ranked
huge
much
reach.
high. I haven't ranked much higher than that, anyways. So
It's not like an outrageous reach. It's just
no.
if you're within 6 picks, it's normal.
Yeah. So through our first 8 rounds, we went 1, 2, 5, 0. So Jordan Love, Bijan Robinson, Najee Harris, Ayuk, Cup, Pickens, Worthy, Watson. Like that, we already have some week 17 little correlation built in. Maybe we can look for some. Probably, I don't know if there's any Viking. Oh, I know my favorite Viking running back, Ty Chandler.
Ty Chandler, okay, yeah,
that's one of my favorite.
Yeah,
he's
I
been
haven't drafted enough
too.
of them. Yeah, but he has been moving up, and I'm like, I totally missed out on that. That range where he was going, because I was drafting the rookie running backs in that area. I was drafting a bunch of Marshawn Lloyd, Jalen Wright, and Ray Davis. In that area, because that's where he's currently going, or at least that's where he's going on DraftKings.
Gotcha. Okay, Steve was hoping that we'd take Ferguson and then get Dak. I'm guessing at 104.
I'm a Dak hater. I know that you like him.
You are. I'm a Dak. I'm Steve.
I know he was on. I know. I'm a hater of that whole team this year. I think they might be like one of the bottom 3 teams, and there's so much bad juju there. I'm like, I don't know if that. Like,
is it just the why do you feel that way? Is it just the whole?
We're going just the phrase of we're going all in and do absolutely nothing, and they haven't restructured anything. They haven't accomplished anything this offseason. It feels like their offensive line has gotten worse. They have no running game at all. It's going to be Dak, Ferguson, and CeeDee Lamb, and
that's why I love it. I love those 3 because I think they're going to be what they were last year, super pass heavy. I think the defense, Washington actually kind of took from them, and with the defensive coordinator, their other, I think he was like the secondary coach, became our defensive coordinator. So multiple pieces from their defensive coaching staff comes to Washington, and then brings over some pieces to Washington. They lost a lot on their defense. I mean, obviously they are still anchored with. Okay, yeah. So, anyways, I think the defense could be worse, and I still love the Dallas passing game. But yeah, hey, we can
absolutely we can disagree.
And King of Kings gets them. No, and that's what's beautiful about basketball too is like we might not agree on everything player takes wise or team takes wise, but you can again still have success. So King of Kings gets them with the Lamb stack, so that makes a ton of sense. Love that. And then no fan got Purdy like that. So and then Jaden Daniels goes Javante. So what do you want to do at 104 and 113 here?
Let's see here.
So I just have, so we could get, this is a good running back range if you wanted to get like Raheem or Singletary or Brian Robinson. I mean,
are you out on, I can't remember. Are you guys out on the Browns?
I don't love the Browns. Oh, do you like Njoku?
Yeah, I like Njoku. That's what I was asking. I didn't want to.
If you want to take Njoku, I really don't want to take Watson, but if you want to take Njoku.
Okay, we don't have to take Watson. We could draft Njoku and then.
Okay, so he's kind of like, I would say he's, still like elite-ish. He's not, I think most
that's what's like. He's kind of like the last of the medium crowd. Yeah. I was listening to somebody like they put it like the elites, the mediums, and then everybody else.
Yeah,
I think he's the last of the mediums.
Sure. So then it starts 1, 2, 5, 1, which I like that. I wouldn't mind going running back here.
Yes, I want a running back in this next pick.
Because again, Hayden Winks, wrote that article. What's worked every year of BBM and like at least having 3 or 4 running backs and 5 receivers in the first 10 rounds is key. So
also this lobby is fairly not chalky, but like there's nothing wild going on except for this guy right here who has a 1-3-2-2. Like he's the only person that's got a little bit off. I've noticed. Yeah. Of their builds.
Gotcha. Okay, you're saying so the guy
MJ Milan is a little bit.
He only has 2 receivers.
He just got drafted his 3rd with Rashid.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah,
and
that's how you can fall behind in the Avalanche if you don't take. Which I love Rashid Shaheed, but I do
too. But I don't want him as my number 3.
That is my number 3. Yeah, I like him as my 3rd.
I'm out on Brock Bowers. I'm sorry, spread.
Oh, I know you're spread. I haven't taken much just because I don't.
I just like Michael Mayers so much that I'm like I don't want.
He's no Brock Bowers. I love it.
I don't know. I'm also a Chargers fan, so that also doesn't help.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, so we went to Njoku, goes Dubs, Shaheed, Tajay Spears, Brian Robinson, Mike Williams, Jared Goff around the corner.
Make it back to us. Make it back to us. One more pick.
Okay, you want Singletary?
I want Singletary.
All right. I was gonna say, do you have any backups in case Singletary?
Chase Brown, I do like, but Devin.
Okay, we get Singletary. Yeah, I mean, we're getting your crew. We are getting your guys. Okay,
run it back 3 years later.
Yeah. Okay. So and if I don't do like a 1-4-5 and do super late, I like the 1-3-5-1 in my first 10 rounds, and that's exactly what we did. 1-3-5-1. Jordan Love, Bijan Robinson, Najee Harris, Devin Singletary. I think that's a really strong 3 to start with. Really strong 5 here, in my opinion, too. Brandon Ayuk, Cooper Kupp, George Pickens, Xavier Worthy, Christian Watson, David Njoku. So I'm really happy with this start. And got some exposure to guys I don't have a ton of, like Njoku and Watson and Worthy. So I think, and Ayuk, because I've been taking more Devo. So
we get good, 2 matchups. The Browns play Steelers twice during the middle of the year. So you get 2 of those matchups.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's another good kind of run back in season, and
because the Steelers play the Bengals week 18, so they don't get to. So like that's how I remember it, because I am big on like the milds, like the mid-season matchups,
right?
Since I know that they play the week 18, I know that all the rest of them they play twice.
So I wanted to think through some other potential stacks. So we lost out on obviously Purdy, and then I just realized we didn't get any Jaguars because
there's still one out there. There's still one out there.
Oh, good old Gabe Davis. That would be
good old Gabe Davis. And I know a lot of people aren't out on him, but
that would be another one I don't have.
He's back to home cooking. He's back where he went to college, like in Florida. He's a UFC guy. And
would that timeout would that work well number wise at 120?
I don't know. I have no idea where. I don't even know if we'll get. I don't think Lawrence might make it back to us.
They would both have to fall. So. But I was just trying to think through other.
I mean, we take Gabe Davis, and if Trevor Lawrence falls, then you get Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. Well, I think you'd have to take Lawrence first and hope you get Gabe.
Yeah, but then if you have Lawrence without anybody, then you don't have anything to play with.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. So
you could do Tank late. Because they don't really have.
You can have Parker Washington, but then that's like who wants to draft Parker Washington, really?
Our guy, Pat from Dog Pound actually is on him.
I have a few shares. I don't want to draft it like that. It's like extreme cases, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, I would say if Lawrence fell, that would be a big fall. Another one that I love, obviously, is Herbert.
Obviously,
he's your guy. Why don't you talk about him for a second, and I can see what Chargers are left on the board.
Should be
obviously
McConkey. So my guy Justin Herbert is actually going to outproduce this horrendous ADP.
Criminally low, yeah.
It was so bad. Like everybody just assumes since they have Greg Roman that they're just going to run the ball. This is probably the best quarterback that Greg Roman has ever coached. And he's going to run the ball? Probably not. The reason that they took this job was for Herbert. They're going to air it out. They're going to get him wins. They're going to be in good positions to score a lot of touchdowns this year. That's why I am grabbing a lot of Hayden Hurst, just because I know the fact
I queued him up late, Well, so do you want to? We're up at 128. It's only a slight, a very slight reach to take Herbert because I don't know that he may come back to you at 137, but he may not. And I would love getting Herbert on a team with the Chargers fan who loves Herbert and who believes what I believe, that this is a criminally low price, and I have him ranked much higher than 133. So I'd be totally comfortable taking him here at 128. Is that
perfectly fine? Yes.
Okay. And obviously no bye week confliction with Jordan Love. So I love that. Guys, 2 guys that have no, they're not rushing quarterbacks, but they have
he has the ability.
They
he's an athletic
run,
quarterback.
I was gonna say they're both athletic and run a little. They're not like true dual threats, I should say.
No,
and they have that. Oh my God.
That guy. All right. Well, I want Gabe then. I want Gabe.
You still want Gabe? Okay.
I want Gabe here. Yeah. There is another team that is one of my later stacks as well. Actually, there's 2 teams, so we could kind of go off with.
We didn't get any Falcons. No, we did not. Well, we could queue up Stafford. We have Cup. You can also backstack.
There's other. We don't have to worry about quarterback right here.
No.
Can we
But
pull the
name
wide
just
receiver
out of
tab?
curiosity. Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say, then name other quarterbacks that you would.
Can you scroll down just a smidge?
Sure. Yeah. So it's
I don't
Wicks,
know.
Downs. I don't like Leggett, Pearsall, Polk.
I don't like Leggett either.
We don't need to. I'm not. I would only.
No. Yeah, that was only a part of that. Yeah.
That was only part of that.
Yeah. Okay. Can you go back
Burton,
up a little bit?
Mooney. I like these guys,
Burton.
but
I love Burton, but I don't think we need to take him here.
I mean, these are later guys. So anybody at the top, or we could take a fourth running back.
Can we look at tight end? Tight end.
Yep.
I don't know where Musgrave is on here.
Yeah, he goes a little later.
Okay.
We probably could.
And then one look at running back. I know we're coming.
Sure.
Up.
So Elliott, Chubb, and
I like Charbonnet. I mean, that's up to you though. I don't know. Did we get a Jet?
No, but you can.
Okay.
Him. I mean, he's easy to backstab.
Yeah.
Rogers just went.
Yeah, he just went.
Okay, so yeah, it's Charbonnet and Nick Chubb at the top.
I don't want Chubb. I'm out on Chubb. I know that we were big on him last year, but that injury scares me.
Do you want to double stack with Wicks? That's another option.
That's a good pick, yeah. I don't have any Wicks, so. Okay.
Then we don't feel pressure to get Musgrave, even though I love Musgrave. Absolutely love. I have a ton of Musgrave.
Right.
Okay, so right now we have 1-3-7-1, so we could probably be done at receiver if we wanted to. We need to kind of circle back to quarterback and.
Well, there's two quarterbacks that I like that. Well,
okay, so
we can
let's
talk about. It doesn't really matter. I like Bryce Young.
I like queuing him up to watch him. So tell me some of your late stacks you're looking at.
So I like Bryce Young and Daniel Jones. Again, I'm so used to 20 rounds, so like my brain's got to bring it in a little bit. But those are like my favorite quarterbacks to backstack because Daniel Bellinger is not being drafted on this site at all. I don't believe, and he's the number one tight end. Theo Johnson was a good rookie, but he's got some development to do. And there's like so many good late tight ends that you can bring with Daniel Jones and Jalen Hyatt, one of my favorite wide receivers. But we still need a lot of running backs here. But he also Daniel Jones pairs with Devin Singletary. That's why I was like also thinking that way.
I'm also just going to throw in my two favorites just because. Wait.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I don't mind Drake May.
No, I thought you had it over
more
with
like in a 3 solid quarterback build, and we didn't get really
a
second solid one.
We have. We can still get Chig too with Will Levis.
That's why I queued Levis because you can still do the back stack with Chig. So
but we need to grab another running back before it gets too wonky,
for sure. Yeah. So let's look. So at the top of the running back board.
No. Probably not going to make it back to us.
You like Marshawn Lloyd?
I like both of them. I like the top two. Actually, the top three.
Okay, so Kendra Miller, Marshawn Lloyd, Jalen Wright.
And then the fifth one, yeah.
Then there's kind of a tier break, like you said. So we'll queue up that later for spread. Okay. Am I queuing the old star method here? Let me move these guys up just to have our options. I was just trying to watch some stacks. I think that's just fun to talk through. That's at least how my brain works is just. But let's look at trying to get. Okay, so where are we here too? Let's find. Where am I?
Where are we?
So we are going to be at 152 and 161. Okay. So we can look at that. While I have the board up, we can take a quick. This killed us. I'm drafting with the Chargers fan. Everything has gone beautifully to this point. And we get Bear snipes our Justin Herbert.
Does he have any chart? He must have probably had McConkey or Palmer.
I bet he is. Yeah, Palmer.
Yeah, he had Palmer. Yeah, that makes sense.
That at least feels better. So he gets Herbert. We go Gabe Davis. And then, Kirk Cousins, Stafford, because we had obviously the Cup. So, and then you can backstack Cousins and Rodgers. So all those that I was kind of keeping an eye on. Rodgers goes, Cousins goes to backstaff, Stafford goes, who we have Cup. So that goes out the window. We double stack Love with the Tavian Wicks. And let's see what our guys are doing in the last couple rounds.
I knew he would. So
King
smart.
Of Kings, who?
King of Kings is so smart.
Oh, he got Kendra. Yeah. So his last couple picks, obviously, did he start with? Yeah, he got Waddle.
Yeah.
So he gets a nice Dak stack and Tua stack. Oh, I love that. Very, very nice. And then Noel Fan gets Musgrave. So last couple picks for him, he got Lawrence, Brock Purdy, two quarterbacks that we both like. And then he got Ty Chandler, Luke Musgrave, two guys that we were talking about. So then it goes Polk, Roman Wilson, Marshawn Lloyd, all guys that we had queued up. So
I think Jalen Wright is our next running back.
So Jalen Wright, yeah, it's basically
which pairs with David Njoku for week 17.
Sure. Yep. Absolutely. And, that works for me as long as he isn't sniped again, or we're not sniped again.
It's wild.
Yeah. Wild in the streets here.
Yes.
Okay. I wonder. Okay. He goes Hawkinson. We'll take Wright. But then
I can't believe Hawkinson was going at pick 100 early in this offseason. That's still
crazy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so where we're back at here, I'm just trying to think through some of these potential quarterback stacks. 161, 176. We could potentially get like a Levis at 176 and then backstack him if you wanted to get another like running back before, again, it thins out too much. Because again, we could backstack with Chig, and you can even do like you and I both like late round tight ends if we wanted to do the third. So what's your thought there? Unless you really like, obviously, we have Pearsall, Burton, Mooney.
Do you hate Thielen?
I don't hate Thielen. No, because that gives an option. I mean,
I think there's a trio we could get here with Thielen.
Okay, so you're saying do Thielen, look for the Bryce Young stack.
Bryce Young, Jatavian Sanders stack.
Yeah, I would really.
What's our bye week though? Yeah, it would be good too, but if bye week wise. Oh, Thielen just went. That's all.
Okay. Yeah. They are bye week 11.
Yeah, they're bye week 11. Yeah.
So okay, let's look at running back. Vidal's there. Are there any other running backs in this range that you really like to?
I've been drafted. I mean, my highest on was Ray Davis, but that's a I watched his highlight tape and I love it kind of thing.
Okay. What do you think about Vidal? You're a Chargers fan. Obviously, Steve wrote about it, the question marks in the AFC running back rooms. I mean, I think
I would love to know who's going to be the guy. If Vidal definitely has the opportunity to like just outperform, an aging, injured Gus Edwards and a always injured what's his face, J.K. Dobbins. So he has the opportunity. Do they bring in somebody else? Does he have the ability to carry?
It's definitely a risk now. It's right around his ADP. Gibson went, so it's Davis and Vidal there. I mean, I
can't make a decision there. If you want to go Will Levis, I'm not opposed to it. If you want to go Deshaun Watson, I'm not opposed to it. If you want to go Bryce, not opposed to it.
I think we can get Levis on the way back, or do you think that's too risky?
No, the running back is good here.
Okay, I'm going to go Vidal.
Okay, that's perfectly fine.
And he's a Chargers guy. We get a Chargers guy for the Chargers.
At least we got one Charger.
And then we got a fifth running back before it got totally incredible.
Yeah, well, it's going to get pretty ugly here.
It's going to get, and this could
Bucky
be
Irving area is just nasty to me.
Yeah, so then I think we'll have some optionality if we wanted to do a 6 running back, or if we want to do I think we'll have options. So
we got to worry about
focus on quarterback right now. Yeah. So him with the gritty goes Mims. Let's take a look at the board while we have a little break, and we're going to hope that fingers crossed Levis comes back to us and we can backstack him with Chick. That's the hope and goal here.
You could take off Hayden Hurst. I don't ever want Hayden Hurst without.
Right. We just proved that when we were queuing up Chargers for Herbert. So we still got your Charger.
So nice. Bears.
This one still hurts. It still hurts. Okay, so King of Kings, like you said, went Kendry Miller, and then came back with Bucky Irving. No fan, Luke Musgrave would follow it up with Hunter Henry. Again, I get the case for the elite tight ends, and I am mixing them in, but boy, I am still fine with this range of like Luke Musgrave, Hunter Henry, and then there's the guys that we talked about,
honestly, there's like 2 or 3 tight ends that I'm just not drafting, and that I honestly that's what my tight end strategy is. There's just 2 or 3 I'm not taking. And it's George Kittle, it's Ben Sinnott, and it's somebody else. Kelsey. I'm not taking Kelsey.
Yeah, I think they know, just like last year, we're not going to burn him out. Like I know he's like, oh, put it on me, but saying all the right things. But he's 35 or 6 years or whatever he is, and like
he'll still be good, but he's not going to be the best. He'll still be
good, but he's not going. And you still have to. Yeah, you're not paying first round, but you're paying still 3rd or 4th round.
Yeah, it's wild.
So no, thank you. I'd rather those guys going even after him, like you said, like the Mark Andrews, George or Kyle Pitts. There's
only a few I don't like. All the rest of them can produce and. Have high upsides.
Okay, so we have 3 more to make it here. Hopefully, I don't know if anybody here has like DeAndre Hopkins or Calvin Ridley. Trying to see where they went quickly.
One has a Titan running back. Other than that,
where did Ridley go?
Ridley went right there. 5th round. Seventh round. Or 7th pick.
Yeah.
5th round, 7th pick.
Okay, so he's after us, right? Yeah. Okay.
Not 7th pick. I don't know what pick that is.
Okay, so he's out. He's going to be pissed when he sees. Well, does he have other? He got Rodgers, Allen. He's got Allen.
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine.
Yeah.
we need to worry about us. Don't worry about us.
Yeah, we need to worry about us. I don't care about you. We're out for it. Okay, so I'm taking Hayden and her stuff. We hope we can get Levis. We hope Chig can fall back to us. And then
who would be your fallback backstack with Will Levis if it didn't go through? Are you going to take Traylon or are you going to go Kyle Phillips? Or Nick Kinn or Westbrook or whatever. How do you say his name?
Oh, God. No, I would take Tyler Boyd.
Oh, yeah, duh. My brain totally forgot about Tyler Boyd because he's a forgettable player.
If Bears takes – okay, thank God. Okay.
Got
Will Levis. Whew. I feel better. I was getting a little nervous about the quarterback situation. Okay, so we got Will Levis.
Yeah,
so does it time out or line up, I should say? We should,
We have to go Chig here, yeah.
3 picks. We got to take Chig here.
Yeah.
And then – I don't know. Like, what are your thoughts on taking? I mean, you know me and the 3 quarterback thing. Like, what are your thoughts?
Yeah.
We could either do like a Bryce Young in backstack or Daniel Jones in backstack, or we could just take like another running back or receiver and take Russ.
We take Chig here, and then if Daniel Jones is still there, we take Daniel Jones because regardless, we'd have a Devin Singletary, Daniel Jones.
That's true.
Mini stack, and it's Hyatt's there in the last round. In the last round, we take Hyatt. If not, we can go. What's one of my favorite picks is Jalen McMillan, like in the last round, as a ASB type of player for my team when I won it, where he didn't do anything all season, and then the last little bit he exploded.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, that's what these late round rookies you're kind of hoping for sure. Both running back and receiver. So yeah, it went Levis, Conklin, Baker, Wandale, Roshan, Jonnu around the turn. So we are hoping to take.
So all I ever heard was everybody was bashing this running back class at the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so high on it. I was looking, sorry, my brain went to a whole tangent. I was like,
oh, no, you're good.
I was so excited to look at all my big board teams this past week. And I was like, oh man, I killed it. I'm excited for the season.
Oh, sure, we're on the clock. We
got Chig.
We got Chig. Nice.
We're all good. This running back class was not as bad as people say. It has Ray Davis. It's got Kamani Vidal. It's got Estime. It's got all these other exploding second. I think this is going to be the year of a whole new good running back class.
Okay, I like it.
And I feel like it got a little bit hated on because the wide receiver class was just so good.
Well, the wide receiver was so elite and so deep. Yeah, no, it was such an insane wide receiver class. So okay, so name your favorite running backs in this class as far as these rookies who you think could break out late potentially.
So this is why I'm not as high on Jaleel McLaughlin as spread is because I'm actually estimate and spread Blake Watson.
Oh, okay.
He got drafted, had really good film, and just wasn't drafted. He got unrestricted free agent or whatever. And he has a Kamara profile and the way that he played. Obviously, I think he's on the smaller side, but when you get Estime, the big chunky guy, and you bring in Watson, I feel like they're bringing those guys in to replace what they currently have.
Yeah, and I know there's some rumor. How much longer is Javonte under contract on his rookie contract? Just 1 or 2 more years, probably?
Maybe 1 more year after this, maybe. I think this might be his. No, 2 years ago it's his rookie. I don't know. He's up there now. He's kind of close. I'm not exactly sure. And then Will Shipley being a nice backup for Saquon. I love Ray Davis. Super ready to go right now kind of running back. Who else is out there that I draft a lot? I'm just drawing a blank.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, our first 3 running backs I loved. But then the other 2 are very big question marks. So
but we don't have to worry about them. They're only there going to be on our team when they have a spike week, which is what I like out of my
right. Okay, so do you think this is fine as a 5 running back team? Because
yes.
if you wanted to add like an estimate, I'd be fine. Okay,
We
gotcha.
could
So
if we get Daniel Jones here and then get it with Hyatt, that'd be great. If not, we can look at another running back.
okay, that sounds good. Okay, so we'll do and
I think Daniel Jones is
full disclosure. And let me just watch where Hyatt. Okay, I just wanted to queue him up.
Yeah.
So okay, we will keep an eye on those two, and then if something doesn't work out there,
or if you wanted to look at, there's so many good picks.
I mean, the backup
doing so many 20-round drafts. I'm like, there's so many good picks left on the board when you guys finish these drafts.
Yeah, no, that's right. It's true with losing 2 rounds there. Yeah. That's what I was going to ask too. Is have you taken any, since you love the Steelers so much? Have you taken much Russ? Are you taking Fields? How are you handling the Steelers?
I never take Russ, but I will take Fields occasionally.
Okay, so you do not take Russ?
I don't take any Russ. I think he'll start the season. I think unless I was like drafting for
on the clock, Daniel Jones is there, so we're going to grab him.
I would take Russ if I had a Kirk Cousins type team. Because I think Kirk might start off a little bit slower than we expect. And that would be a good like kind of piece for that. And I would never take him on Underdog. I don't think he's worth an Underdog. I would only on DraftKings.
Yeah.
For these, because he's going to have 300-yard passing games. He's not going to have 100 yards rushing or anything. He's like, I don't know how to explain. Like his value is going to be through the little extra points here and there. And because he's in the last round, but I don't know. I would just take Justin Fields personally, just for the high upside if he was to get on the field. And I wouldn't.
I have been taking Russ like last round when I have Steelers, but it's more because what we talked about earlier. I do believe that Russ, with this offensive coordinator and the situation, is going to be he is going to work. Basically, is the thesis I'm working under. But I get it for the people that are looking for the upside plays too. Again, and that's beauty of best ball. Like we can think slightly differently there.
Yeah. And I'm just looking for the highest upside type players. Because our team is set for what we should expect every week in, week out. Mm-hmm. When I look at last rounds, are like, if they get on the field, I want them to
Fields
score
just win, by the way. Yeah.
Can we look at running back just in
sure,
case
yeah, take a peek
here. Just in case.
Yeah, so you've got Tion Mitchell. I can never say his name. I loved him before. Madison Shipley.
All right, we get Hyatt. Okay. We're fine.
Okay, you want to go for Hyatt?
Yeah.
Perfect.
I just didn't want to like get there and all of a sudden we get the other side of us get beat up.
Unfortunately, I have a show to jump on in a couple of minutes, but I can quickly run through the teams right after. James Young in chat, thanks for joining us. Remember last year, this time, NFC people were bragging about how much 8th round Trey Lance. Yeah, I was in some Discords that were very high on Trey Lance, and I never got it. I was like, he's not the starter.
No, and he's
So that was a different situation, but that blew me away last year. Because I know Mike Leone ETR does a ton of great content, and he wrote like another data driven stuff, and just like avoiding those just dead roster spots.
I think it's a little bit different in this aspect, just because they brought in Fields for free.
Sure,
they may want to see what he can do.
He could be like he's
like more likely to be
like
the
a Switch
future.
Army night too, and so like you never know. He still could get used in a way.
I agree. Yeah.
So you never know. It could be like that, like Taysom Hill, but you have to take him at the quarterback position type deal. So that could be interesting. Hopefully, he just doesn't take our Najee touchdowns, right?
Correct.
Okay, we will quickly look at the team after this, and then unfortunately, I do have to run. So I will thank you now so much, Felix. I'm going to be on Heat Seeker show with Spread and Simon.
Awesome.
I'm not sure if it's live or not. Hopefully it is, but check that out. But again, check out Best Ball Nation. Felix is the guy. You better be following him on Twitter at Crying Buffalo. He's the best. Felix, we're going to be doing plenty of some fun live streams this summer. Hopefully we can have you back. Obviously you are one of my best friends of Best Ball. So hopefully we can have you back again, because this was a blast. And I wish I could spend more time. So we'll quickly run through the teams. And then I do have to run. And again, we finished 3-5-8-2 with Jordan Love, Will Levis, Daniel Jones landed the plane there with our quarterback situation. That still got 3, which I'm happy with. Bijan Robinson, Najee Harris, Devin Singletary, Jalen Wright, Kamani Vidal, especially those top 3. I feel so good about. Brandon Ayuk, Cooper Kupp, George Pickens, Xavier Worthy, Christian Watson, Gabe Davis, Tavion Wicks, Jalen Hyatt, and David Njoku and Chikakonko. So we got all our quarterbacks stacked. Dan Jones is just stacked with, we got him stacked with both Hyatt and Singletary. So there is some week 17 correlation. I mean, we didn't get them all, but we got some. And I'm really happy with our team overall. How do you feel about it?
It's a great team. This is I can definitely see me drafting one of these teams. Probably the only player I usually don't ever get is Wicks. And other than that, I think it's still a great team.
I got some. I'm super happy with the team, but I still got some mix of guys I don't always get. So let me real quick run through the other 2 guys. And again, thank you guys so much for joining in chat. Be sure to like and subscribe on your way out. And just again, pay attention to Fanspeak Network 4 or 5 live drafts a week. Now we're starting to do more strategy shows too, and everything on fanspeak.com. So let's go to Frank, King of Kings, 2583, Dak and Tua. Love that. And I know he's stacked them both with the elite options. Travis Etienne, Kenneth Walker, DeAndre Swift, Kendre Miller, Bucky Irving, like that running back room. Lamb, Waddle, Devontae Smith, week 17 correlation there. Hollywood Brown, Deontay Johnson, Jerry Jeudy, Luke McCaffrey, Jalen Tolbert. So further built out the Dak stack. Dalton Schultz, our guy, Ja'Tavion Sanders, and Jelani Woods. That's another last round tight end I like. Talk about late round tight ends. Ja'Tavion Sanders, Jelani Woods. Frank, I love this team. I absolutely love this team. Really, really like it. And then let's go check out Noel Fan. We've got 3573. So he got Purdy, Lawrence, Gino, those. Alvin Kamara, David Montgomery, Zach Moss, Ty Chandler. He got Estime. So very nice. And Ty Chandler, who I mentioned earlier. They got Tyreek Hill, Mike Evans, DK Metcalf, Christian Kirk. So he stacked Metcalf, he stacked Kirk, Terry McLaurin, Brandon Cooks, Tyler Boyd, then Luke Musgrave, Hunter Henry, and Hayden Hurst. So
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the running backs, but the rest of your team is gonna
kill the running back room is the only one I'm not knocked over by, but the rest I absolutely I love
the tight ends, I love the quarterbacks, I love the wide receivers.
Absolutely. Well, again, Felix, this has been so much fun. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, go check him out on Twitter at Crying Buffalo, on YouTube, Best Ball Nation. Felix, I'd love to come on your channel. Hopefully you can come on more on the Fanspeak Network. Let's be in touch. And everybody, thank you guys so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. And we will see you next time.